Until a few months ago, I had no idea what ArtFight was. Then July came around, and suddenly I was checking the site every day, refreshing for notifications and bookmarking every cool character I saw. Hello there, I'm Victoria, and this year I finally joined ArtFight for the first time. And let's just say, at the beginning, I barely knew what I was doing, but it was actually a lot of fun and such a lovely experience. In case you don't know, because I didn't, ArtFight is a month-long online art game that takes place every year between July 1st and August 1st. Artists split into two teams and draw each other's OCs to earn points for their team. The teams have a different theme each year, which can be a bit confusing at first, but don't worry, it's mostly just for flair and to make the team names more interesting. You don't have to stick to the theme when drawing, though you can decorate your profile accordingly if you want. At the end of the month, the team with the most points wins. There's no prize really, it's just for fun. I heard someone describe the prize as bragging rights, and that sounds about right. So it's for fun and for the glory, I guess. You can customize your profile with text or images. It might look intimidating at first since it uses BB code, but ArtFight has a handy guide with the basics, which helped me a lot. Profile, for example, if you scroll down, you'll see 3 sections: attacks, defenses, and characters. Characters is pretty self-explanatory, that's where your OCs are. Attacks is the art you made for someone else's OC, while defenses are the art someone else made for your OCs. There's other terms you might encounter and are good to know. Friendly fire, when you attack someone of your own team, and revenge, when you attack back after someone attacked one of your characters. Every attack is essentially a gift drawing of another person's OC. The whole idea is to improve your skills, meet new artists, and have fun drawing. Honestly, I was a little overwhelmed at first. Like, is the description I wrote good enough? Is the character art clear? Will people understand my OCs, or are my drawing too confusing? How do I even pick who to draw? But I quickly realized I was just overthinking it, and there was no need to stress that much. And as soon as I started browsing the characters page, I found so many designs I loved, and the ideas just kept coming. I saw people worrying about being beginners or new to the game, and as a small artist myself, I felt that way too. But everyone was so kind with their comments that I found myself genuinely looking forward to making the next attack, so much so that I'd start a new drawing right after posting the last one, even if it was 3 a.m. I can't speak for others, and I've heard there have been some disagreements on ArtFight TikTok, which isn't really surprising, though I've been avoiding TikTok for the last few years and only resolved to join a few weeks ago. But for me personally, ArtFight was a really fun and pleasant experience. Just make sure to read the rules to avoid any problems. I didn't make as many attacks as others, but I'm really proud of the ones I did. It helped me try new techniques, even if it might look the same, and loosen up a bit, all the while discovering new artists. I ended up making 11 attacks, 2 of which were revenges, and received 7 defenses. I'm not showing them all in this video because it would take too long. If I did the maths right, the total Procreate Speedpaint time amounts to 68 minutes and 59 seconds, but I wanted to show a bit of my process. So I thought I'd go with the first drawing, the last one, and one of the, technically 3, full bodies I did. The creator of the OC is also on YouTube, so I thought it would be nice because of that too. Still, I might post the rest as 30 seconds shorts, or even make another video if anyone's interested. So, like and subscribe if you want, please. Now to the actual drawings. The first character I drew is Karina by Rin, or at R42i3 on ArtFight. I link all of the artists' ArtFight profiles and any other socials I can find in the description, so make sure to check them out. According to her description, Karina is an angel who lives an ordinary life with her father and her younger brother. She is a sweet girl, always tries to see the positive side of everything, and does her best to help whoever needs it. And the notes on her character sheet also say that her hobby is cooking and prefers sweet desserts, which instantly gave me the idea to draw her baking. A cute angel girl with pastel color palette, which is right up my alley, so I thought she would be a good choice for my first drawing. I used a pencil-like brush for the line art, since I thought that would give her a softer look, and I rendered by using clipping masks on each individual color layer, like I usually do, though I switched to blending modes on a single clipping mask layer later in the game, since it's faster and easier. I added a simple background just to frame her better. I really don't like drawing backgrounds, but I think it works and I'm happy with how she turned out. She's really cute and I wish I could have drawn more of Rin's characters, but my bookmarks list was so long. So maybe next year. Next up is Killy by CheesePanda on ArtFight. Killy is an identity VTuber and this character is his persona. I checked the description and saw that he would love to see his character drawn in any outfit, and one specific idea he mentioned was a good smile racing outfit. Now, I love designing outfits, so as soon as I saw that, I opened Procreate with Pinterest on the side. Then I closed Procreate and opened Google, because I realized I had no idea what good smile racing even was. I'm still not totally sure I get it, but I looked at a lot of reference pictures and drawings and tried to combine elements from Miku's good smile racing outfits and Killy's own clown aesthetic and colors, and this is what I came up with. After designing the outfit, I moved on to the illustration itself. Once again, I referenced good smile racing art for the pose and went on from there. It's a simple standing pose, but I wanted to showcase the design and the flag he's holding as some movement and helps keep the drawing from feeling too static. Looking back at it, I could have made the pose more dynamic, even with that composition, but I'm happy I finished the full body nonetheless. For the colors, I tried to stick with the palette provided by Killy on VGen. I just moved them around and added some gradients, because I'm extra and I don't know when to stop. Still, because I had already designed the outfits and decided on the colors, it went more smoothly than I expected. The hair was also a lot of fun, and it's canonically ombre, so the gradient wasn't entirely my fault this time. It's not super noticeable in the final piece, but the ends are a darker red, so I used the power of the clipping mask to do that, and then rendered as usual. There's no real formula to how I render hair. I just add blobs of color where I feel like they will look good, without specific rhyme or reason. I generally use a medium airbrush for shadows and adjust the pressure as I go to get the results I want. I know it sounds bad to say I use the airbrush for coloring. To be honest, I wasn't on the internet, nor did I do digital art when the airbrush gray shadows era happened. But I've heard the stories, and I know some people might cringe hearing that. Still, as much as I like cel shading, I feel like to define clean lines from a marker or pen brush, or lasso tool even, would be too harsh for my style. So the airbrush just works better for me when used mindfully. Also, as you might have noticed, I've used a lot of different blending modes this time, on different layers, yes, but still, it's improvement I suppose. I haven't gotten the hang of it quite yet, but I'm getting better. As for the background, once again I went with an abstract pattern, because I don't like drawing actual scenes, but it felt empty leaving it just like that, and I wanted the character to have some kind of framing. Lately I've been liking the effect where characters break the frame, so to say. I think it looks cool and visually interesting, so that's what I did. And with that, Killy's Good Smile Racing version is done. Again, I'll leave all the socials in the description. Go check them out. Finally, the last attack. This one has a bit of a backstory, if you can call it that. The creator of these characters messaged me on ArtFight to ask about one of my character permissions, since they were working on a mass attack which included one of my characters. Which was really sweet, by the way. They were so nice, and I appreciate the thoughtfulness. So I thought, well, an attack is coming my way. Let me check their characters so I'm ready for revenge when time comes. Next thing I know, I was starting a new project at 2:51 a.m. I'm a creature of the night, don't judge me. Because pretty girls and drama. I only got to the sketch though, because I don't think I could have gone to sleep without finishing the sketch at least. and thought I should leave the rest for later, since it was meant to be a revenge anyway, and I would just work on other attacks in the meantime. Well, come July 30th, there was no attack yet, so I thought I would just finish my drawing and attack first. I was looking forward to it. There's plenty of reasons why they might not have posted their attack yet. Foreshadowing. So you understand, and it's not like they owe me art anyway, so I just went for it. Especially because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me, and I didn't want to miss the deadline. Then they posted their attack on August 1st. They made an animation on a song with multiple characters. Link in the description, check it out. And it's lovely. Animating is so hard and it takes so long, so I'm always impressed by it. And they picked the parts of the songs for each character so thoughtfully. I'm really happy they included my Emilia. And I'm all the more glad I finished my drawing. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you that because it was fun. Ultimately, ArtFight is about making art for others and improving. So for as nice as it is to receive a revenge, that's not really the point of the game, and it shouldn't be the ultimate goal. So I'm just really happy I could do that. But now for the actual drawing. The characters are Seraphielle, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, and Emilia by DaVinci on ArtFight. When I looked at DaVinci characters, Seraphielle, or Sarah, caught my eye right away. But she had a few attacks already, so I decided to go for someone who hadn't been attacked yet. Then I looked at Emilia's profile, and it said that Emilia grew jealous of Sarah's power and killed her. Oh, the drama, the betrayal, the feelings. And I get to draw the pretty angel-like character too? I like the sound of that. Obviously, I don't know the specifics about how the story plays out, but I wanted Emilia to look a bit like a shadow behind the angelic Sarah. The description says that Seraphielle is the head of the church, with people seeing her as a savior due to her healing abilities. So I wanted her to look like she's an angel, inviting you to get close with a kind look. Though she might be hiding something. I ended up using the symmetry tool too, to give her an air of uncanny perfection. And because it makes things easier. Behind Sarah is Emilia. She's focused on Sarah because she wants to be like her. I played a bit with the pose, at first trying to make Emilia much larger behind Sarah, as if she was looming behind her, but it wasn't working quite like I wanted, so I landed on Emilia pulling a red string wrapped around Sarah's neck. I don't know if the symbolism makes sense, but it worked in my head. And the fact that Emilia inherits Sarah's abilities after taking her life, it's like they become one and are forever connected by death. So yeah, that was my thought process. According to the description, Seraphielle wears mostly white and sometimes has yellow wings, so I thought I'd give her a white dress with golden feathers that drape on her back, alluding to her wings. For Emilia, I like how her pose turned out, so I'm a bit sad that she's mostly covered by Sarah. But I did add some flowers in her hair to hint at her nature powers, and they're cute, so they make me happy. The coloring was a bit of a struggle. I wanted Sarah to look like she's glowing, and Emilia like she's her shadow, without blending into the background. So I just kept adding blending mode over blending mode. I don't know if it worked. Looking back at the speed paint, I might have gone a bit overboard, but they look cool enough, I think. I still need to practice rendering. I feel like I always end up adding so many different effects that it backfires, leaving it flatter in the process. But I'm happy with the results, and I know what to do better next time, so it's okay. And that concludes my first year ArtFight experience, I suppose. I'll admit I was nervous at first, but it turned out to be such a fun event, and I loved being part of it. If I had to sum it up, I think the main takeaways would be: don't obsess over fancies and revenges. They're nice, but that's not the point. Think of your drawing as a gift to make someone happy, without expecting anything in return. Then use it as practice. Try new styles, brushes, poses, and if you're better than me, even backgrounds. that you wouldn't normally do, without pressure. And last but not least, don't overthink it and don't stress about not being good enough. Pick characters that inspire you and go for it. Just have fun. I also got some amazing defenses. I was so surprised to see other people's interpretations of my characters. I won't be showing them in the video since I forgot to ask the artists for permission and I don't want to bother them now. I should probably write it on my profile next year, but I didn't think about it. But if you're watching this and you drew for me, thank you so much. I've saved every single one of them and stare at them way too often. And that's it for my ArtFight video. I'm working on another character design sheet for the next video, but I'm also still trying to figure out how editing works and how to do YouTube in general. Still, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Good night.